Canadian hockey fans being like happy and stuff. Look, I know the Olympics and the gold medals and oh, Canada and all that lovely stuff, but if you were a fan of a Canadian NHL team, life has been rough for a while. Canucks, Habs fans, door. And sometimes fans get caught up in their own misery a little too much. A lot of Leafs and Oilers fans have actually become pretty good friends. Hey, you know what, my Oilers fan friend? You have won a round of drinks on me. Why, thank you, my Leafs fan friend. That is the first round I've won in a long time. And then after we immediately cry, it's a long process. But because of how rough the season has been for, you know, those ones, I cannot help myself but feel happy for the Winnipeg Jets and the Calgary Flames on making the Stanley Cup playoffs. Because you know what would be a weird question before the season? Hey, who do you think's gonna make the playoffs? The Winnipeg Jets or the Calgary Flames? Because I'd be like, can I answer neither? And here they both are. Who hasn't loved watching the Calgary Flames this year? Hot rookies come along all the time, but really, how often do they really live up to the hype? Johnny Hockey has lived up to the hype and then some. I don't even think the most optimistic Flames fan in the world thought he'd be able to pull this season off. And how appropriate that he scores the first goal against the LA Kings in the 3-1 win that clinched them a playoff spot. The Flames' first playoff spot in 6 years. Anyone want to take a stab at who the Flames' top scorer was from the last time they made the playoffs? 5 points in 6 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, tick, 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 time's up. Olli Jokinen, who the Flames acquired for Matthew Lombardi, Brandon Prust, and a first, by the way. But hey, they've restocked the cupboards and everything, and now they're in the dance. How will the Flames fare in this year's playoffs? I don't know, I can't really tell you. But I wouldn't really want to face them, because not all the stats are on their side, but there is a certain magic to them, isn't there? Can we get a magic column added to all the hockey stat sites? Okay, thanks. And even if the Flames don't do so hot, you see what I did? Even if they don't do so hot, they got such a young team that it'll be good for them to at least get the playoff experience. Then there's the Winnipeg Jets, and a little bit of a bone to pick. I heard a bunch of people go, oh, the Winnipeg Jets have made the playoffs for the first time since? And I go, oh wow, yeah, it has been a long time, sometime in the 90s. 2007! And I'm like, no! What Winnipeg Jets made the playoffs in 2007? These ones? What was the newscast like? Oh, Ilya Kovalchuk and the Winnipeg Jets were swept by Sean Avery and the New York Rangers. No! 1996. I don't care what anybody says. Anyway, semantics aside, I kind of felt like the Jets might have a good season, and I'm glad they did. Dustin Byfuglien, recent suspension aside, has been fantastic. And the Jets have been fantastic without him too. And if you told me the Jets would have this much success with so little contribution from Evander Kane, and then trading Evander Kane, I'd be shocked. But for a few years now, I've thought the Jets were a decent team. Not a great team, but a decent team that just needed to learn how to stop the puck. This season, they kind of go up and down, and then Michael Hutchinson just emerges, and I'm like, yeah! And then Hutchinson falls a bit, and they go back to Pavelec. I'm like, you're done. And then, you know, 3 straight shutouts, he decides to be awesome. Pavelec has actually been a huge part of the Jets' recent run, and he's probably going to be their goalie in the playoffs. And just like the Flames, even if you beat them, do you really want to play the Jets in the first round? You really want to play Dustin Byfuglien for 4 to 7 straight games? Yeah, that sounds like a winning strategy? Because that sounds like a bad time to me. So the Flames get in, the Jets get in, the Canucks and Habs are in again, and the Sens, we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to jinx them. With apologies to Edmonton and Toronto, it's actually a pretty good time to be a fan of a Canadian NHL team, isn't it? Now it's time to drop the puck, though. Those are the Thrashers, not the Jets.